Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Risk of Rain 2. I had a totally different idea for this video, but my game audio crashed. And I had planned on making a video anyway about this amazing game, so why not just do a review video and not waste the time I had just put into recording these videos. I hope you guys enjoy this review as we celebrate the 1.0 launch of Risk of Rain 2. Shred it! So, what can you expect from Risk of Rain 2? Great roguelike indie game? Check. Fantastic music? Check. Gameplay that surprises? Check. Beautiful maps and characters? Check. This game has a lot to offer. And you want to know the craziest part? This game was made by two people. Isn't that nuts? Two people. I fell in love with the first Risk of Rain, and if you have been a part of this channel, you know who Gray is by this point. This was one of the first games me and him ever bonded over, and we absolutely loved every second of the first game. It very much was a shock when the sequel was revealed at Gearbox's E3 event. When I first heard the music, I was like, wait a minute. Isn't that Risk of Rain's music? No way. And then the gameplay was shown. I'm getting chills right now just talking about it. To see this game that I love so much be evolved into what was presented in front of me, it just left me in awe. I wasn't even there, and I was awestruck by this reveal of Risk of Rain 2. It was not what I was expecting at all. I can't even describe how ecstatic I was. I ordered the game like that week when they said it was available for beta access or whatever it was, alpha access. I don't remember at the moment, but either way, don't let my background of loving this game fool you. This game can very much hold its own, and for the price of $20, you would most likely be dumb to not buy this game. If you are looking for a new game to spend hours on for pretty cheap, there is no reason you should not own this game. Getting back on topic, what I am reviewing today is not the early access of this game and to this point of launch. There were some bugs and issues that have mostly been fixed to my knowledge, and they continue to update this game with free content. That's right. Free. That includes new maps, new survivors, new items to collect, and with this launch there is actually an intro and an ending to this game, just like how the old Risk of Rain was. So now, knowing that information, let's dive into this gameplay. I haven't actually played a game like Risk of Rain with its mechanics in probably ever. I have not personally seen a game that is similar to it. Some dungeon-like games can be compared to it, but none have I seen do you get the kind of abilities that make each character feel unique. I've only seen that in like a WoW and a hero shooter type game. A game that comes to mind is Overwatch's character designs. How each character is uniquely developed to have their own set of skills and abilities, and then combine that with like dungeon crawler upgrades, and that's kind of what you get. Each survivor has a primary and a secondary, but then they also add different abilities to add on to what that character can already do as far as uniqueness. The gameplay is actually pretty tight wound and fun. It feels very good and very polished. I used controller on the original Risk of Rain because it was easier for movement and abilities, because it was a 2D platformer. I mean, who wants to use a keyboard and mouse for a 2D platformer, you know? Crazy people. That's who. But Risk of Rain 2 feels like it actually does very well with making the game feel good if you use either mouse and keyboard or controller. Now, of course, I play mouse and keyboard because it was on Steam Early Access, so, you know, PC Master Race. Now, the gameplay is focused around one aspect that is not in many other games, and that is the difficulty meter. That as you progress in the game, the Now, what does this do? The name kind of speaks for itself on what it actually does. While you progress in the game, the enemies and the bosses become dramatically stronger. So you have to make sure you've actually defeated enough little enemies to earn enough coins to open chests and unlock items that will actually enhance you and your abilities. So like there's one for cooldown, there's one for being able to get an extra jump, there's one for speed, there's one for healing. Anything that you could think of that could possibly help your character do anything better, that's what you're doing. You're killing the enemies, getting coins to open chests and open different things that will be able to make your character better. To be able to make them stronger would be a better choice of words. You can also obtain robots that will assist you, like healing drones and turrets, which are pretty neat. So if you are not prepared, this kind of thing will happen. You very easily can get overwhelmed in this game, and that's, to me, another great aspect of the gameplay. It paces you to challenge you, but while also giving you a good amount of time to be able to handle what the game will throw at you. Unless, you can't find the portal for like 50 minutes and you're stuck just looking for the portal to the next area. But it is a very nicely balanced system. Risk of Rain does an excellent job providing a challenge to the player to where you can't just, breeze through, but also making the system very rewarding when you take time to upgrade your survivor and giving you that sense of accomplishment that, oh snap, I'm actually making good progress to my survivor and getting to the point where I don't have to struggle. Oh, also, you can play with friends online now compared to the first one, and that's always a plus. While we are on that note, let's actually talk a little bit about the survivors. Some of these characters, like Commando, were actually pulled from the original Risk of Rain game, and if you haven't noticed, he's actually the poster boy, so of course they had to bring him over. As I said earlier, each survivor feels very unique. For instance, the Huntress survivor is focused on her bow and arrow. She can rain arrows on people from the sky, or she can also blink out of dangerous situations. You can play more defensive if you want and play engineer, and use his mines while you stay safe in a bubble. Or you can be a character that resembles Spider-Man, and that's always the best choice. With these survivors, though, you do actually have to play the game and accomplish specific tasks that will unlock these characters for you. Some are fairly easy, some are kind of tedious, but others actually require some kind of skill and luck to do, because they can feel pretty near impossible in some cases. If you notice a pattern here, I actually like games that challenge myself and challenge my skills as a player. So if you don't care to dump effort into a game and just casually play and get rewards, this probably wouldn't be the best game for you, but odds are if you're watching this, you probably already know that. So this game isn't that hard unless you want it to be. And I really appreciate that Hoppo gives us the options instead of forcing you to play on a certain difficulty like most roguelike dungeons will do to you. See, that's the difference between Risk of Rain and some of the dungeon-likes. You can put this game on easy mode, and sure, it's going to progress to where it becomes more difficult, but nothing that you really can't handle. Or you can start on the most insane mode and just hope that you don't die the whole time. Also, I'm not going to really talk about the maps or the music. I mean, you can see they're pretty great. They're pretty unique as far as color and design. I wouldn't say that they feel completely different. There's obviously some kind of aspects on the maps that feel similar, but I mean, they're different enough to where, okay, this is the map I'm on, these are the enemies that I'm gonna have to deal with, this is how I'm going to deal with those enemies. Getting back to the music, I'll actually let you listen to snippets of some music so you can understand why I love it so much. Getting off the music, I've said it so much in this video, but Risk of Rain 2 is such a unique game. Maybe my nostalgia makes me love this game more than what others maybe think of it. But that's okay, really. I am here to give you my opinion, and I will say this in every video if I have to. It is just that, my opinion. But if you like roguelike games, you have to get this one. This was fantastic. I love it. I don't really have any complaints about this game. I've seen complaints like the teleporter being not distinctive enough from the map, and I agree with that. You know, it is kind of hard to find the teleporter, especially in like the browner colored maps, because the teleporter kind of matches the environment. But they also have shining like fireflies, if you will, that will help point out the portal. So it's not all bad, but that is something that could be changed maybe later on. That could be a better quality of life improvement. If I could offer any feedback though, I would also like for challenges to be a little less impossible feeling. There's challenges that you can get to unlock new skills and new skins, but some of them feel like unless you dump hours and hours upon hours and hours into the game, you probably won't get the skins or the skills that you may want to try. Also, I do want to say if random drops could happen from like enemy types that considered mini bosses, that would be great. But other than that, I really do appreciate and enjoy every aspect of this game.
Except for Stone Titans. They can be removed, and I wouldn't bat an eye.
But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this review of Risk of Rain 2. Go pick up the game. Form your own opinion about it, and let me know if you did enjoy it. If you don't, well, first off, you're crazy. Let's just get that out of the way. But it's not a terrible price. It's only $20, and it actually does go on sale quite frequently. Wishing you the best, guys. Go be a blessing to somebody, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.